So it appears Konami has been a bit busy overnight announcing a bunch of things for Duel Links, including a brand new BANLIST, a brand new mini box, a brand new bundle, and all of them looking very, very cool in their own regards, right? First of all, the BANLIST, I've already seen it, and it's just kind of okay, right? It's an unlimited list, it's nothing overly exciting. Shuniga's getting a buff is always a fun time, right? That deck was really toxic in Duel Links, but now I think it's a bit fair on the ladder, right? Phantom Knight's a bit weird because they were doing so well in the KC Cup, right? So seeing this go back to Unlimited is a little weird, but I kind of like it. If they're not going to give you any more support for a couple of months, then this does make some sense. Swordswoman, yeah, sure. People who play on ladder, it's going to be so rare given how more skill-oriented the game has become, right? Like literally skill-oriented. I think that these kind of decks don't really work out as well as they used to, so this is kind of fine. And of course, there's some buffs to the Crystons and to Kwakimeru, so that's kind of this is the most exciting thing, I think, is that seeing this come back to 3s is kind of crazy, but overall, it's fine. The bigger mission, of course, is no Magician's Rod, which is, you know, if they're doing a whole unlimited list, then surely they could have brought back Rod to 2 or something, or kind of jigged it around. Apparently not. We've got to wait. I think we might be waiting until Apprentice becomes available via a normal box, probably in November-ish, so I am going to hold out hope for then, and then hopefully we get our Rod back then. Of course, a brand new bundle is coming out, the TRISHULA bundle, which is very cool. A very classic card coming to Duel Links finally. It can handle a bunch of cards, and like it is just so wild to think we're getting Trish finally in Duel Links. Duloran probably coming via the ranked reward. It's going to be a limited one immediately. It's just a cool card to have. And finally, the brand new box stars of Synchro, which of course is going to be kind of like the last Synchro mini box we got, where it's a bunch of stuff for a bunch of different archetypes, and overall, it's looking very fun, right? Stardust Warrior, Crimson Blader, Blackwing stuff with Kalute finally come to Duel Links. That's going to be a pain in the arse on ladder. This will be a fun box, so let's go over to Duel Links meta because it's a bit easier to see all the cards over there, and kind of go through my thoughts on the box in general. First of all, of course, is Trish coming out. When it's Synchro Summon, you can banish up to 1 card each from your opponent's hand, field, and graveyard, and I like how it is up to. It's not you're forced to play 1 banish right from each zone, because that means you can get this off on turn 1 technically, so that's cool. Limit 1's fine for this. I think you're mainly going to be playing it alongside the big boy Zero Dragon to float into it, but other decks like TG that can run this, they're definitely going to run this. It's a very good option, especially against things like Black Rose Dragon, so overall, a great bundle card to pick, and better than I thought it would. I thought it would be terraforming, but this is way more interesting, so good job there. You know what, we'll go through, like, I think the best deck, first of all, is going to be Infernity. Now, I've seen some things floating around on the DLM Discord, right, of people, like, planning and testing the deck out, and with Master Rule 5, with the Link Zones, right, that's coming in September, you can make Infernity Sage the best card in the deck, and it just kickstarts a whole combo of getting 4 disruptions out on the board, right, and it looks like a old on-map board with the usual Infernity back row, so I think Sage might be the underdog of this whole box. I think it's a rare card as well, so you're going to see Infernity play quite a bit. Maybe not at first, but over time as people kind of learn about it and you know actually learn the deck, because the combos aren't the easiest thing in the world to kind of remember to learn. So I think you'll see this card play quite a bit, and Infernities are going to gradually creep up, and maybe this card will be hit sooner rather than later. I think it might be. Then let's go to Stardust Warrior. We knew this was coming because of the skill changes. It was very heavily implying this card was coming, and this is going to be so fun. It's the only Stardust card in the box. It's a negate, kind of like a Steelstorm Roach, so if that can negate, if you can be negated by Steelstorm Roach, you're going to be negated by Stardust Warrior, and if you do, it then comes back at the end of the turn, because it's tributed, and of course it's drawn by battle by card effect. You can then float into a Warrior Synchron, and the best one we can go for at the moment, I think, is going to be Jet Warrior, because the summon is treated as a Synchro Summon, so you would then get the bounce when it's summoned. So it's a very good disruption for when your card dies. So it sets you up for your turn with potentially no card in your opponent's zone to kind of deal with, and a big 2100 monster that you can then use as a Synchro material or just attack indirectly and try and go for games. So overall, Stardust Warrior looking very nice. Then we have the Blackwing stuff, right? Kalute is of course the one of the most iconic Blackwing cards we've had in the TCG, and it's going to be a pain in the ass on ranked, but probably won't make the deck top tier or anything. It's just going to be an annoyance to deal with, right? You know, having this hand trap that can gain 1400 that makes your Onimaru, I think it is, not Onimaru, the Raikiri, right? I think that makes Raikiri like close to 4000 attack, so That's pretty wild. And of course, I think the other big thing is going to be Black Sonic. And not in competitive, right, but on ladder, given you can activate this card from your hand if you have 3 Blackwings on your field. So you can kind of bait things out with this and with the other track where they got Blackbird Close and have a really, really good time on ladder. I think this card will be more toxic than you think. It's a Mirror Force for banishing. It's, yeah, it doesn't seem overly great, but it needs just 1 Blackwing on the field, right? So it's pretty much always live in that deck. Also, we're getting Nothung, and Nothung is going to basically give you a second chance at a normal summon, at a Black Weapon Search, another Synchro. It's just making that OTK play a little bit more, more of it, you know? It's giving you more of the OTK. So overall, Blackwing stuff is kind of fine. It's not the focus of the box. Basically, they've got everything apart from Oster and the big Flamma Master, which won't be coming for a very long time. Then we got some new Jack support in Red Wyvern and in Crimson Blade. Both of them are very cool cards, but both of them are fires, which means you can't really play them in the current Jack deck because your Crimson Resonator, it restricts you into only Dark Dragon Synchros, right? So you can't play this, which is going to be good for about a month until Reigns comes and when you're going to be Link summoning, and this won't matter. But Red Wyvern could see play in Infernities because it is a generic quick effect Fisher. That is just really, really good in general. Then let's go to the Dragunity stuff, and I think you've now got a very good turn on play in Dragunity Knight Gorm Falbar, however the hell you meant to say that. And it won't be good against all decks, right, but against graveyard focused decks it's going to be very, very good, banishing 2 cards from those graveyards, which Phantom Knights, again, are going to struggle against this. What else, like, I guess any form of Synchro Climb or even Link Climb deck, right, if they recur from the graveyard, then they're going to suffer against this. Blue Eyes, I guess, will suffer against this, so there's definitely options for this. They're getting more win more cards, right? In Graham, I think that's a big win more card. You probably will play one of this if you do at all. And they've got, where is it? They've got this one here, Gusam. But also the big thing is Dragon's Ravine. This is a weird one. I do not think they give us this card anytime soon, but apparently they are. And of course, it is a search spell. But more importantly, it's the send one dragon type from your deck's graveyard. This will be abused in Dragon Link going forward into Reigns era. And I guess Blue Eyes can kind of use it with the White Stone if they want to. If you don't have Karma Cut for some reason, it gives you more copies of that card, so I guess it's a good card, right? And it's cool with seeing in Duel Links, and it makes sense they're giving us because they're giving us the Ice Barriers as well, and with Ice Barriers comes Medallion, and Medallion is a non-once per turn search for any Ice Barrier monster in your deck. Which is crazy, right? Because you've got a brand new 2-card combo in your Revealer and your Speaker, we can go into a level 9 or even into the TRISHULA on turn 1. You've now got that combo. So if you open either piece plus your search spell, then you've got the combo off, which is really, really good. Of course, these are all low rarity, right? This is all low rarity. This is a super rare and an ultra rare. So theoretically, you could get by it by going into one copy of the box and getting lucky on the bundle deals. I think overall, this box is a very fun content box, but in terms of meta relevancy, it's not really going to be super high up there. I think the Infinity stuff is going to be the standout by far. But overall, it's a really fun content box, and that's kind of what I wanted. After this long period of time, giving a bunch of older decks new support is always a fun time. So yeah, that's my overall brief thoughts on the brand new mini box Stars of Synchro. It's coming out on, I believe, the 31st, yep, so not too long to wait until that, 2 days time. It's not too long to wait. So yeah, leave me your thoughts down below on the brand new box. Thanks for watching, I'll see you all in the next Duel Links video.